I spoke to Salman Shaikh, who is the founder of the Shaikh Group, which is an independent organisation with significant expertise in diplomacy and mediation. And he says we're at a critical point in the ceasefire now that the US has started negotiating directly with Hamas.
We are now in a situation where we either go towards war or we go to what Trump wants, which is a deal which starts and crucially includes the release of all hostages.
But how likely do you think that is going to be?
It's going to be tough. You know, as we speak right now, the new head of the Israeli army is preparing war plans, which he's going to present tonight to his own cabinet. And so the trajectory that we see right now is, in fact, towards greater violence and the suffocation of the Palestinians with the humanitarian siege. But President Trump, with that meeting he held yesterday with those hostages who were released in the Oval Office, indicated that he's now impatient. And he's also impatient with Benjamin Netanyahu, who clearly has shown that this has not been his main priority.
So there seems to be like two scenarios here. The impatience of Donald Trump right now with Netanyahu and, as you said, the new defense leader in Israel preparing to go to war again in Gaza. How do these things marry? Do they work together? Because this is the last thing we need right now in Gaza.
You're right to say, how do they marry? Because there are many moving parts here. So on the one hand, you've got this move towards, can you extend, at least for a certain period, phase one that gives you a transition into phase two, which means at the end of it, the release of all hostages and the withdrawal of Israeli forces, not more war, but the withdrawal of Israeli forces and the massive opening up of humanitarian support. Then you've got to have a reconstruction plan. And this is where the Arab League summit on Tuesday is significant. It's very interesting. The initial response from the American administration...
They've rejected it.
...was to reject it, but they've had a look at it. They've also been listening. And there are elements now, especially the 3 phases of reconstruction over 5 years, the money that they would likely put in, Arab governments and Gulf governments in particular, but also others, these do present some ideas.